What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my review of Sega Genesis Model 1. The original Sega Genesis was released in 1989. This is a later version of first model. This is the second generation. It does not have the high definition graphics logo on it, nor it has the extension in the back right here. Now that's gone. Other than that, it's the same exact unit, same exact design. Very nice design. I really like this design. Still not as much as I like the Model 2 design, but it's still very neat. Here we got the Sega Genesis logo. Right here it tells you that it's a 16-bit system. Right here we have a red LED when the power's on, so we know that it's on. Now, unlike the Model 2, Model 1 had a couple cool things. For one, we had the headphone jack right here, which actually outputs stereo. So if we would plug a cable like this, we can feed into the receiver a stereo sound, which Model 2 couldn't do. That's all you need is a cable like this, so you get the audio from the front and the video signal from the back. Now in the back we have in the AC input a video output for 32x or video, RF, and a channel select. Also in the front there's two controller ports. Unfortunately, if you want to have 4 players, you would have to buy a multi-tap. Now the system came with this nice style controller, which is very comfortable in your hands. Has nice grips, very good build quality, nice D-pad, 3 buttons, A, B, C, start. Now the problem with these controllers, as we all know, is with the games like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, there's only 3 buttons, but the game requires 6, so that is a little bit of a problem for people. So every time that you would get the system, you would get the controllers, let's say you would get the Street Fighter game, how would you play it? You would have to use start to select in between punches and kicks, which is a pain in the ass. There's also other controllers, such as like this. It's a Competition Pro Series Turbo. It looks like there's 6 buttons, but it's actually a 3-button controller. Once again, A, B, C, and these are the Turbo. Turbo A, Turbo B, Turbo C, and start. In the back, however, we have the slow motion switch. Other than that, it doesn't really help that much either. I mean, especially for games like Street Fighter. So then Sega released an arcade controller like this. Now in Asia, Japan, or some Asian countries, and some of Eastern European countries actually had these controllers packaged with Model 2. Unlike in the US, when the Model 2 was packaged still with these stupid controllers, overseas they were a little smarter and they included sometimes 2 or 1 6-button controller. Even on the box, as we can see right here, there's the box of the Japanese Mega Drive, and the 6-button controller is included. Now, the game cards, they look like this. Typical Sega cart. There's also electronic arts titles like this, which is a significantly more bigger cart than the regular Sega Genesis carts. Most of the games, they were all styled like this. This is after Model 2. When Model 2 came out, they redid the logos and stuff like that. So majority of the games are all like this. I mean, they were all nicely made into these plastic boxes like this, with the Genesis on the side, Sega seal quality, so on. You know, inside we got a manual and the cart. Later on, like around 95 or so, we start making boxes like this, which just has the same exact style, but it is a cardboard box. You know, there's some cheats in there, huh? But flimsy. I guess they were trying to be like Super Nintendo and trying to save money on plastic, but these things are very flimsy and the damage is so easy. This is the Model 2 Sega Genesis, which we can see it's a lot smaller in size. The volume is gone, headphone jack is gone. Basically it's a very stripped down, compact version of Model 1. Here we have an LED, red LED right here, cartridge slot, power button that pushes in and out, and the reset button right here. In the back we have AC input and video, AV or RF out. So this is just one output for both. You can either use it for RF or for your video output. Unfortunately, there's no stereo sound in this system. Here we have same thing, Sega CD. It's on right here. Screw for the plating. Now this model is MK1631, and unfortunately, this one is made in Thailand. Here we have two controller ports. Very basic, you know, but beautiful design, still works till this day just like new. And now here is the Japanese Mega Drive2. This is the one that I had. Now, instead of a button, we have a gray switch on and off. We have a blue reset button right here. Mega Drive logo. 16-bit. Whereas the Genesis 2 doesn't have any of that. It doesn't even tell you how many bits does it have. The first model of Genesis did say 16-bit. The Mega Drive 2 says 16-bit, but the Genesis 2 doesn't. Now it has purple doors right here, and actually it will work perfectly fine on your American TV. All you need is just Model 2 Genesis adapter. Now this system came packaged with 6-button controller like this. Beautiful D-pad, blue button, blue start button, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and the mode button right here on the side. In the back, screws, made in Japan, serial number SJ6000. Now, I like the American model controller, which is right here. It's a lot smaller, as we can see. Quite a bit smaller and more bulkier. It's a little fatter, in which the American controller is actually a little bit more squished. And actually, I prefer this controller a little better. It fits in your hands just nicely. It's small. You don't have to, you know, doesn't space out your fingers as much as the other one. And I just like the cool blue buttons on the Japanese system. It runs most of the games without any problems. Most of the American games. Not all of them, but most of them. But that's about it. Also has 2 controller ports. In the back, we have AC adapter and video output. Unlike the American versions that came with RF output, RF switches, the Japanese model actually came with AV cables. Here we have, as you can see, there's no metal shielding in the Japanese model. The model number is HAA2502, made in Japan. Here we have the same thing for Sega CD, or for Mega CD, so called. And little feet, screw for the plating. And that's about it. It's a very well designed system. My favorite of them all is this particular shell with blue button, gray switch, purple doors. Just beautiful. Look at it. Look how beautiful this system looks. It's fantastic. Now the Model 2 uses this adapter right here, the MK2103. The 32X is also compatible with this adapter. It uses exactly the same adapter. Unfortunately, Model 1 uses an adapter like this. It's a little bigger, but this adapter for Model 1, not only that it works on Model 1 Genesis, it also works on Sega CD Model 2, which is very convenient. So this works on Model 1 Genesis and Sega CD Model 2 or 1, and this works on Mega Drive 2, Genesis 2, or 32X. Now here's size comparison of Model 1 and Model 2 Genesis. As we can see, the first model is a lot bigger. Looks like it's just more like of a quality build is the Model 1. The Model 2 is slim, compact, but I still like this more. Here we have, you know, the headphones or the stereo output. Here we don't. But other than that, whichever one you choose, they all play the same games. It's just preference of the design. Whichever one you like, either Model 2 or Model 1, you choose. So please subscribe. Thank you for viewing the video.